Good morning. Let us all join our hands and close our eyes for the prayers. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Mary, seat of wisdom, pray for us. Saint Joseph and Saint John Bosco, pray for us.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Good morning, dear members of the management, our rector and manager, Reverend Father James Nigrel. Our principal and headmistress, teacher Sangeeta Bhattacharya. Our vice rector and administrator, Reverend Father Bonnie Borges. Our student mentor, Father Lawrence D'Souza. Our counselor, Father Ajay De Monte. Teachers and my dear friends, our theme for today's assembly is purity, which is one of the most important virtues of Saint Joseph. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Who is pure? God is pure. God is like the sun who gives pure light to us. What happens when we are impure in heart? We have an experiment. It's called the torch and black paper experiment. Over to you, Professor Shlok.
Thank you, Kat. Hello, friends. Let's begin. Things used for this experiment are a torch, a piece of paper, and cutout of a person. Let's light the torch and let the light fall on the person. This light resembles the light of God that fall on the man. It's so pure and warm. Now, place the black paper front of the light. What do you notice? Exactly. The light is blocked and the man is in a darkness. The black paper is like a bad thoughts, words and deeds. When this gather in our heart, we block the light of God. What do we learn from this simple experiment? We should keep ourselves away from bad and evil thoughts and deeds, so that God's light may always shine upon us.
We would like to thank Professor Shlok for showing us his wonderful experiment. Now, let's listen to the song like a sunflower.
Like a sunflower that follows every movement of the sun. So I turn towards you to follow you, my God. In simplicity, charity, I follow. In simplicity, charity, I follow. Like a sunflower that follows every movement of the sun. So I turn towards you to follow you, my God. In simplicity, honesty, I follow. In simplicity, honesty, I follow. Like a sunflower that follows every movement of the sun. So I turn towards you to follow you, my God. To follow you, my God. Friends, have you seen the lotus grow in the muddy water? Does lotus touch the dirty water? No. Similarly, we should remain away from all those things that corrupt our mind and bodies. Do you know which flag carried by Saint Joseph?
Yes, it is the white lily, which stands for his virtue or purity.
How do we keep ourselves pure? Come, let us see what the three monkeys of Gandhiji tell us.
Gandhiji had statues of three monkeys. One with his was shirt, the other with his ear shut, and the third one with his eyes closed. One day, a visitor asked Gandhiji about the monkeys. Why are the monkeys portrayed like this? What does it mean? Gandhiji replied, the one with his mouth shut tells us that we should not speak the ill of anybody. The one with his ears shut tells us that we should not hear the ill of anybody. And the one with his eyes closed tells us that we should not see the ill of anybody. If we follow these rules of Gandhiji, we all will be filled with goodness and purity. Thank you, Nala, for narrating such a nice story with a very deep meaning. Here are few exercises to keep oneself pure. Over to you, Shivansh. Hi friends, here are some easy ways to keep ourselves pure. First, prayer and meditation. Always pray and meditate for clean mind and body. Second, unclean. Stay away from all unclean things. Third, read good books. Fourth, eat healthy food. Thank you, Shivansh. Those tips were really great. I now call upon Teacher Sangeeta Bhattacharya to address us.
Good morning. Let me tell you the story of the three ships that were near when the Titanic sank. The first one was called Samson. It was just 7 miles away when it saw the white flares of danger. But the crew were hunting illegally and they did not want to get caught. So they turned their ship around and went away. This ship represents those of us who are so busy in our lives that we cannot recognize when someone is in need. The second ship was the Californian. It was 14 miles away when it saw the white flares. The captain of the ship saw that his ship was surrounded by ice fields and the conditions were not good. It was dark. He decided to go back to bed. This ship represents those of us who say, I don't want to do anything now. The conditions aren't right. We'll wait till the conditions are perfect before going out. The last ship was the Carpathia. This ship was actually headed in the opposite direction. It was 58 miles away from the Titanic when they heard the distress calls over the radio. The captain of the ship knelt down, prayed to God for direction, and then turned the ship around. Went full steam ahead through the ice fields. This was the ship that saved 705 survivors of the Titanic. Obstacles and reasons to avoid responsibilities shall always be there. But those who accept it, just like Saint Joseph did, with a pure heart, will always find a place to be remembered for the world of good that they do. I wish that we all could be Carpathians in life. This would make the world so much more a beautiful place to live in. What a lovely assembly we just witnessed, put up by the boys of Standard 1A. Thank you, Teacher Viancy and the boys, for bringing in all the aspects of purity so beautifully in your assembly. Thank you.
Thank you, Teacher Sangeeta Bhattacharya, for your kind words.
Today, we are using 1.6 Earths to give us what we need to live, eat, and grow our economies. We are plundering and polluting nature's resources. treating it as a dumping ground for plastic and waste. If we don't act now, we could lose 1 million species in the next few decades. Like we would lose our coral reefs, which will impact fish first, then fishers, then entire economies. But it doesn't have to be this way. What if I told you there's a solution? It's called ecosystem restoration. Healthy ecosystems regulate our drinking water and carbon, which are the backbone of life on Earth. All living things need carbon. Trees store carbon, so does soil, and seagrass in the ocean. Even the human body is 18% carbon. But as ecosystems become weak, they release carbon instead of storing it. Look at the soil below your feet. Healthy soil grows 95% of our food. But pollution, climate change, and pesticides are making soil less productive. And when yields go down, instead of restoring, we expand. Till more land turning wild places into farmland and pollute healthy soil. When we lose forests, wildlife is forced to come closer to humans, bringing what's called zoonotic disease, a virus that is passed between animals and humans, like bird flu, Ebola, and COVID-19. But there are some actions we can take today. Growing trees in cities would help to cut pollution dramatically. They would filter and cool the air, improving our health and reducing global warming. But trees can do more. Look at mangroves, for example. For each dollar we spend on restoring mangroves, we would earn $4 as they protect our coastlines from storms and floods. Building economies around nature will create jobs for the future, jobs that you could have. Restoring ecosystems will not be simple, and it will not be easy. But together, we can do it. We are calling entrepreneurs, thinkers, leaders in your family, school, and workplace to get involved. Can you do your part too? Reimagine how and what you consume. Recreate your relationship with the planet. Join Generation Restoration. Be a part of the solution.
Thank you, dear audience, for being patient listeners. Have a blessed day ahead. Let us now stand at attention for the school anthem.
Boys of Joseph's, we are the bride of St. Joseph's. Boys of Joseph's, boys of Joseph's, we are the bride of St. Joseph's. Truth is our light, ever shining bright. We'll do the right with all our might. We'll grow in mind and body sound at Mayora, not to soon. Boys of Joseph's, boys of Joseph's, we are the bride of St. Joseph's. From north, west, east and south we come to learn and live and make the song. Boys of Joseph's, boys of Joseph's,